You know you don't need all that to get girls, right? I'm gonna say that again. You know you don't need all that to get girls, right? Like that might sound shocking. It's so simple, yet it's like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean I don't need all that? It's like you see everything that social media is portraying to you, that they make it seem like you need to have, you need to be doing all these qualities, all these traits of a quote unquote high value man that they keep preaching over and over again. You need to be 6 foot, you need to be making six figures, you need to be have a six pack, you need to have 12 inches. All these traits and all these qualities that they make it seem like you need to have in order to be able to get a chick. You actually don't need them, right? Now you do need to have like basic social skills, and you need to, of course, love and take care of yourself. These are the things that you need to do. You need to be to love and respect and take care of yourself. And how do you do that? By making sure you're clean, you're making sure you're well groomed, making sure you dress accordingly. Because how you treat yourself, you're projecting to the world on how people are going to treat you. So if you want to be loved, you should love yourself. If you want to be respected, respect yourself. These are the things that you need to focus on if you want to pull, bro. If you want to get a girl that's genuinely gonna love and cherish you and care about you, and literally just appreciate the whole of you, your weird side, your smart side, your dumb side, all sides of you. Like, she's generally just gonna be fully in love with you and want you, and just want to be with you. That's how you do it. You do it by loving yourself, taking care of yourself, having basic social skills. If you're lacking in social skills, go develop them. Learn to be a bit charismatic, learn to be a bit social. It's a skill that you can learn, but you can't learn it if you're always indoors. If you're not going outside and you're not talking to different people, you're not seeing different personalities, different mindsets. Go outside, touch grass, interact with people, see different backgrounds, and when you do this over and over again, you're gonna start to build that social part, that social skill. You're gonna build it, and then now you're gonna be a sociable person, and you can do this even as an introvert. So don't let that be an excuse. And I know that because I always say I'm not really an introvert or an extrovert. I can be both, depending on like which one I decide. Because I feel like growing up I used to be pretty social, and then there's a time I kind of put myself in the house a lot, and then after that made me super introverted. And then initially after that I was kind of introverted, but then I learned how to be social again. So my natural default is I'm a bit introverted, but if I want to be extroverted, I can turn it on. It's like a button I push. I can turn it on, and then I can be like super extroverted. So don't let being an introvert be an excuse. It's a skill that you can learn. And also, last but not least, the thing that you need to be able to pull is you should not be focusing on girls, bro. Focus on yourself. Focus on building your life. Focus on your purpose. Focus on things that actually have meaning. And it's in the process of doing all of this that I promise you, bro, I promise you, you're gonna attract the type of woman who you're gonna wanna be with, you're gonna love, and who you're gonna cherish. I promise you, it's gonna happen. Because the thing that I see, uh, the mistake that I see a lot of dudes make, especially young dudes, is like they try and go outside and just try to talk as many chicks as possible. uh, I'm laughing because it's like that's like an era I feel like every guy has to go through though. Like there's this type of era where you just like go out and try and talk to a bunch of chicks. Anyway, that usually never works. It never leads to anything, because I feel like if you look at most relationships that are doing well and they're doing great, the way they meet, usually it's like the stars align. It's not forced. It's not usually like he approached me when I was cold. It was a cold approach. I was just walking on the street and he came and approached me. Like, no, that's not how you usually happens. You usually find like this, there was some connection already. Maybe they were already friends, or maybe they live in a similar place, or they work at a similar place. There is always some type of connection that has, like, both of you are not completely strangers. So when you're focusing on yourself and you're focusing on your purpose, working on your things, living your life, your goals, whatever it is, and then you learn, you love and respect yourself, you look after yourself, you make sure you're well groomed, make sure you smell nice, your hygiene is on point, you're clean, you dress in a presentable way, and you have basic social skills, I promise you, bro, you don't that's the only things you need. You don't need to have all these traits and things that social media make it seem like you need to have in order to be able to get girls. And let me dissect something that I really see people struggle a lot with, and that is height. A lot of people are insecure about their height. A lot of people want to be tall, of course, who doesn't, right? And this is something that I also fell victim to a few years back when I was younger, because I was also a bit red pill, and this was all everything that I was seeing on social media. So that's how I thought that I needed to be tall. And I remember back then, me and my cousin, we used to drink a lot of milk and try and sleep for long hours with hopes that that's gonna be able to maximize our growth spots, and we're gonna grow, and become taller. So I want to dissect the tall insecurity that most dudes have. So me, there's a time I was walking. I was on my way home, right? Walking on my way home. This was also during that time I was red pill. I was a big red pill. So I'm walking, and I remember seeing a couple, right? And it was your average dude. Actually, was it even probably even below average? It was a dude who was around 5'4", 5'3", and he wasn't like he wasn't attractive or anything. It's not like his dressing code was also, his feet was just average. He was just a random dude, bro, and this random dude was walking with a baddie. I'm talking 10 out of 10, bro. The girl was smoking hot, right? And the girl was also like 5'3", 5'4", and I remember they were walking together, and the dude had his arm, or his hand, his palm, yeah, around her waist as they're walking. And I remember seeing that, and I was like, bro, what? I remember seeing the dude, and I'm like, bro, how the fuck does a guy like this manage to pull a chick like this? Because in my mind, I thought that, oh, you needed to be super tall, you need to be super rich, you need to be famous, you need to have status, you need to be jacked, you need to have all these things in order to be able to get a guy like that. And then right in front of my eyes, all of those beliefs, all of those whatevers, like, they have just been disproved right before my eyes. I've seen he's broken the code. Like, he's proof that everything that I'm being told is bullshit, because everything that I'm being told shouldn't apply. Like, if they were true, his case wouldn't be a thing. Like, he shouldn't be able to be with that type of chick, and then from that moment is when something really important that I came to realize. And if you're gonna pick one thing from this video, this conversation, I want you to pick up on this, and that is the importance of type. Now, when I say type, I'm gonna simplify it to two main things, right? The first thing, I'm gonna call it personality and energy. So personality and energy, that encompasses how you dress, how you talk, how you carry yourself, all of that falls into personality. And then the physical, well, it's just straightforward. It's the physical, how objectively attractive you are, how tall, short, wide, slim, skin tone, eye color, hairstyle, just the physical. Now, when that's what I mean when I say type, right? And when I say, if you're gonna take one thing from this video or this conversation, is type, you should learn, and I feel like everyone should learn, both men and women, the importance of type, the importance of being someone's type, number one, and number two, the realizing that you're never gonna be everyone's type. That is literally impossible. You can't appeal to everyone. It's impossible. Now, also something that I really came to learn about physical doesn't really matter as much if you're really him. If you genuinely believe you're him and your energy is all about, I am the fucking man, and you carry yourself that way and you fully believe it, people can feel that energy, people can sense it. And I'm telling you, bro, Women, you can be fucking 4'11", bro. Women are gonna love you and cherish you and appreciate you and treat you like a king. And treat you like a king because of how you carry yourself. How you carry yourself. And I'm gonna give you guys a good analogy so that you can see what I'm saying, right? So we've all seen certain relationships where like there's a chick who's bad, 10 out of 10, she's really hot, beautiful, boom. And then maybe the guy isn't all that hot, but they're in a relationship, and then this chick maybe is like, her personality is trash, you know. She talks shit, she treats this guy like shit, she does all the negative things, but this dude always stays. He always stays, he never leaves, regardless of how many people give him advice, how many people tell him he could be better, he could do better. They always stay. Why is that the case? It's because they overlook all the problems, they overlook all the bad things about her because of her physical attributes, because she's really pretty, whatever, right? That's the same thing that women do when it comes to men. Like, of as much as they might look at certain physical attributes and be like, okay, maybe I'd prefer a guy who's taller, maybe I'd prefer a guy who's more jacked, maybe I'd prefer this. But then they look at you and they look at how you carry yourself, the energy, the way you talk, the way, just who you are. And then they're like, you know what? Even though I might prefer this a little bit more, I actually like this. I like this guy. Like, let me go with him, you know? And that's how you find that scenario where you see a guy, like how I was when that day when I was walking home, and I saw that couple, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? How the fuck has this guy done it? It's because, yeah, he is short, right? But he didn't go there thinking like, oh, I'm short or whatever. He's probably like a pretty cool guy, pretty chill, down to earth, you know. He's probably just a G, right? And I guarantee you, this chick saw that they were together and saw, like, you know, maybe this height isn't my preferable height, whatever. But who you are is so full, your energy is so big and it's so loving and it's so attractive that I'm gonna stay. And that's what you need to understand when it comes to pulling and getting girls, bro. Type is really important. You have to be their type, you know. You have to be their type, and there's no like one universal way. Like there's no image that you, or a level you're ever gonna achieve, or anyone will ever, that you're gonna attract everyone. It's just impossible. You can't appeal to everyone, and you honestly, you don't even really want to do that. You don't want to. What's the point of appealing to everyone, you know? What you want to appeal is to the people who are gonna fancy you. And what you should do is, when you understand, like, okay, so when it comes to pulling and getting chicks, something that also matters is type, right? If I'm her type, personality wise and physical wise, and I said, like, some of this, both of this can be overridden by your energy, by how you carry yourself. Your energy can be so strong that your physical attributes she can overlook, because she's like, you know what, his energy is so strong. Excuse me. The way he carries himself, the way he does this and that, I don't care if he's that good looking, or I don't care if he's that tall, or I don't care, like, I still love him, I want him. And then other guys out there, they're gonna see you with a body and they're gonna think like, bro, how did he get, like, how? It's because you understand the game, bro. You are ahead. You're playing chess while they back there playing checkers. You understand, it's not just about physical, you know. It's not about physical, it's about energy. And also when you understand it's about energy, that doesn't mean that your energy, once you have like that energy and that cadence about you, that now you can get every chick that you want. Like, no, still that's not gonna give you that validation and that satisfaction. And honestly, bro to bro, nothing ever will. You're never gonna be able to be in a position where you're just gonna attract every chick. It's never gonna happen, you know. Because you're never gonna be every chick's type. Like, women love different things. Some love big foreheads. So what if you don't have a big forehead? You're gonna go and get surgery to have a big forehead so that you can be able to pull her? Like, no. Once you understand people like different things, and people are into different things, and you know, they just like different things, then what you should do as a dude, as a guy, what you should do is focus on you. Just being yourself. Don't try and change who you are. Don't try and become someone who you're not to be able to pull chicks, bro. Never. As a man, you should never do that. And if you find yourself doing that, stop. Honestly, stop. I'm telling you in advance. You're gonna regret that shit. Number one. And number two, it's not gonna last. Because you're not gonna pretend to be someone you're not for a long time. Eventually, she's gonna catch up to you and see that you're pretending, and she's gonna think you're a bitch. And to be honest, you are a bitch for doing that. You know. And she's gonna leave your ass. So what's the point of going through all of that? Was it really worth it to pretend to be someone you're not, just to be with that body for like a few times and then she's gone? No, it's never worth it. You never want that. So what you should do is be who you are. Be who you are. Of course, try and be a better version of yourself for you, not for anyone else. For you. You should always see yourself as the best. You should always carry yourself with the energy that, you know what, I am him. It doesn't matter how short or how tall I am. It doesn't matter how dark or how light skinned I am. It doesn't matter. I am him. You should always carry yourself with that energy. You should always be proud of yourself. You should always love and take care and look after yourself. And if you ever come across like chick, and if you ever try to talk to chick and she rejects you, bro, sometimes you have to understand so many things by the way goes to men being rejected. I feel like I should make a video on this, because once I started dating, because now I've been in a healthy and happy and loving relationship for what, 4 or 5 months now, and it's going great. I'm happy and everything, and I've learned so much about men being rejected that I just never seen. I never saw that whole perspective before. I feel like this is something that if most dudes knew, rejection wouldn't be as bad. It wouldn't affect them as bad, you know. But yeah, if you ever approach a chick and she rejects you, bro, like so many things could be the reason. You could still be her type. Maybe she's sad or angry that something bad has happened in her life. You know, like so many things could be the reason. So never let incidents like that put you down and be like, oh, I'm not enough. Oh, I need to become taller. Oh, I need to become more ripped. Oh, I need to change myself. No, never find yourself doing that shit, bro. Never find yourself doing that shit. If you're ever in that position and she says no, like take it like, come on, accept it. Be like, you know what, I don't know the reason, but I respect your choice. I respect your choice, and honestly, your loss. Like you could have had an amazing time being with me. We could have had so much fun, gone on a date. I treat you like a queen, whatever. So you just missed out on all of that, you know. Boo hoo. Let's see who will be the lucky winner, you know. And then you keep on going. And like I even said, your focus really shouldn't even be on getting gas though. You just focus on your life, bro. Focus on your life. Focus on becoming a better person for you. Focus on your purpose and everything. Take care of yourself, and all of this, the rest is just gonna happen naturally. It's gonna fall into place. You're not even gonna have to force it. And when it does fall into place, I'm telling you, that's gonna be one of the best feelings and one of the best things you'll ever experience in your life. There's nothing better than being with someone that you don't have to pretend when you're around. You can just be yourself. Think about that for a second. You can just be yourself. The way you talk, the music you listen to, the way you dress, everything about you, you can still be you. And they will love and cherish and appreciate you for that. You can still be weird, and they will be weird with you. Like, isn't that amazing, bro? That's fucking amazing. That's what all of you guys should be aiming and striving for. No, none of this. I want to pull a bunch of. I want to be able to pull like no, bro, no. So like all the shit that social media say you need, you don't really like. Of course, there are chicks who like tall. The chicks who physical attributes are non-negotiable. If she likes a tall guy, she likes a tall guy, right? But there are also beautiful chicks who don't like tall guys. They exist, just like how there are also beautiful chicks who don't like good looking guys. And I'm sure most of you don't know them. Do you know that like there are like a bunch of chicks that don't like good looking guys? And I'm gonna tell you this because I'm gonna tell you from personal experience. Now I don't want to like flex or anything, but I'm decently attractive, okay? And I remember I was talking with a friend of mine, and we were just talking about conversation about relationships and whatnot. She's a chick, right? And she told me like, do you know like a lot of chicks don't even really like, good looking dudes. And I was like, what? And she told me like, yeah, not, she was like, a good like maybe 50%, 50% of women don't really like good looking dudes, because sometimes it might make them insecure, because they feel like, oh, this guy looks better than me, it might make them insecure. Sometimes they say, some of them see it as feminine, like a guy looking good is feminine. So she was revealing all of this to me, and I'm like, brother, what? This is crazy. And now you see on social media, people see like people like Marlon, and they think if they're not like Marlon, they're not gonna be able to pull. And here I am having a chick tell me like 50% of chicks don't really like good looking dudes, because it might make them feel insecure about themselves, because they're like, oh, he's better looking than me, or guys really want him, or whatever the case may be. I'm sure you didn't know that, did you? Well, now you do. And that goes for every trait that social media portrays that you need: being rich, being tall, being ripped, all this shit. There is a type for everyone, is the point that I'm trying to get to. There is a type for everyone. There's a chick who's gonna love a tall guy, there's a chick who's gonna love a short guy, there's a chick who's gonna love a fat guy, there's a chick who's gonna love a ripped guy. There is a type for everyone. Your goal shouldn't be to try to reach a certain level or certain status, and then you think, once I reach this, I can be able to get anyone. I've just told you, like, that's not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Your goal should be to be who you are. Focus on you. Do the things that I've mentioned and I've named that you should do, and I promise you, it's all gonna align, and it's gonna be something magical and truly beautiful. Now, I've left the most important bit of information and knowledge at the last bit of the video, at the end, as a reward for people who watch till the end, as a reward for sticking around. I feel like you guys, maybe even girls, deserve to hear this. What I want you to know and fully understand is that even when you become the best version of yourself, there's still gonna be women out here you're just never gonna pull, bro. It's just never gonna happen. And this is not just you, this is for every man out here. Every single man, there are women out here whom they can't pull. Every single one. It doesn't matter how rich, how strong, how status, it doesn't matter. There's gonna be a woman who's always gonna, actually not a woman, we men who are always gonna look at them and be like, no, you're just not my type, and that's fine. The good thing about that is, like, it's not like there's a scarcity of beautiful women out here, and especially beautiful women with a nice body. Like, there's a lot of them, bro. Trust me, there's a lot. If you don't think there's a lot, start going outside. You don't go outside often, bro. Go to places. You're gonna quickly realize there's a bunch of beautiful women, bro, and that's good, because that increases your odds of finding a woman that you're happy with, and she's happy with you, so I want you to just put that in your mind, so that you don't go out, you don't take everything that I've, all the information from this video, and then now you assume that, oh, if I do all these things, if I do XYZ, I'm never gonna get rejected, and all the women I talk to are gonna accept me and they're gonna want me bad. No, that's not gonna happen, bro. They're just gonna be women you're just never gonna be able to pull, regardless of who you are. And that applies for every man, so always keep that in mind. Even if you do everything, still they're gonna be women you're just never gonna pull. But the bright side is, they're gonna be women you're always gonna pull, even without doing all that. And that's why I keep saying the most important part is you staying true to yourself, living your life, fulfilling your purpose, doing your own thing, and just letting everything else fall into place. This one has been a long one, today's video has been a long one, today's convo, but here we are. Honestly, I'm thinking about dropping a dating video soon, because I realized so much about, dating and women and relationships and rejection, like men getting rejected while being in a relationship. Like, I learned so many things. My girl made me learn a lot. My woman, smart, beautiful, 10 out of 10, love her. But she's the first relationship that I've ever been with that is healthy, that has been like long. We've been together for a good amount of time now. I'm used to being in relationships where I'm like there for like a week or two, barely a month, and we always break up. This is the first time like I've crossed the 4 month threshold, you know. So and there's signs. I don't think it's gonna, Okay, I don't want to say anything, but basically everything is going good right now, So I've learned a lot, and I'm like, I could drop a video on that soon, because I feel like I could have those are also information that I needed, or I would have loved to hear before I got into a relationship. Could have helped me a lot, and also could have taken like rejection or other things differently. So yeah. Anyway, other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, evening, whatever time it is for you. It's been your boy Real X. Peace. Peace out.